Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long week. We got the shipping container shipped here. I'm not really sure how long ago that was, but it was about like just over a week ago. I think we got it shipped here, and you know, we did the best job getting it as close to the chicken coop as we could without, you know, actually taking out the chicken coop. That was kind of like a big concern of mine, that the shipping container would kind of like sink into the ground on the side that the chicken coop was on, and, you know, subsequently crush the run. Well, here, I'll show you. So this wall here, this wall here is the old exterior wall. This is the shipping container, and the we didn't really get it perfectly parallel. I don't even think that this run was perfectly square, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways, right? So we got the container as close as we could, and then I had to work on stitching it and connecting it together to the existing run and roofing system, and then kind of try and making it as waterproof as possible. I still got a little bit of work to do on that regard, but then it comes down to here, and then I built this little extension off the front where the doors are. And then in here is where they hang out. I don't know if anybody's used the nesting boxes yet. I've left their existing nesting boxes, so, and this is the new storage room. Oh geez, I left the all flock open. Need to bring the scoop in here. So this is the new and improved chicken coop that is now bear proof, hopefully. Freaking hopefully, man. So I had a friend come up from Massachusetts to go to the range yesterday and do some training, and also you know, just camp out and, you know, catch up. We haven't seen each other in a while, and a lot of life has gone on since then. So but while we were camping out, we went to bed, and then after we went to bed, about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, I shit you not, like one of the biggest black bears I've ever seen in my life shows up. Oh, hello, Scoffy. Look at it. Adorable. Hi, Bubba. I need to get some eggs. Ow! We got 3. So yeah, black bear showed up. I was in my hammock. I heard something. Oh my goodness. Hammock. I heard something while I was in my hammock, and I'm like, man, this doesn't sound right. I'm like, something's out there. And I sit up, and then I see one of the outside lights turn on. Oh, hello, Eclipse. This is one of our OG hens right here. She has been with us from the very beginning. She's one of the first 4 on the homestead here. And the start of it all, aren't you, Bubba? You're such a good girl. Aren't ya? I know you had more under there. Did you? No? See how good she is? I really got my hand right under her. Hi, Bubba. So good. So that was alarming. By the time I was able to actually get to my sidearm and get out there and hello, this is Luna and this is Helga. Luna's another one of our OG hens, been here from the very beginning, one of the first 4. And Helga was not far behind. She came about a month later in another group of 5 that we got. And unfortunately, you got nothing under you, Bubba. Unfortunately, 2 of the hens from her group, Luna's not having it today. Come here, Bubba. Let me just have those 3 and you can have whatever else is left. Yeah, so the group that Helga came in, there was 2 that passed from water belly from that group. So that's another reason why we wanted to change out from this coop. While it was decent on the protection level, it kept them safe for over 2 years before the bear tried to break into here. And then I don't know if it gave up and just moved on to the other coop where it, you know, caused the shit storm that it did. And I'm pretty sure it was multiples. So we had one show up about a week ago. That was not a lot smaller, but smaller than the one that showed up. Not last night, but the night before. And here's some security footage that we got of him. And but yeah, so that was all interesting. The last week's been kind of crazy. Now, especially now that we have 3 separate flocks currently at 3 different ages. Because we have Oreos chicks that we hatched, and there's 8 of those. They're pretty easy to manage. You just gotta make sure that they're not pooping in their feed and their water. That's not that difficult. All right, let me bring these inside. I'll be right back. This is where I was camping. Okay. I was in my hammock, just camping here. My buddy's tent was right here. We were just like having a camp out, doing a fire, and literally you'll see the security footage, right? Just right there. Or I'll show you a picture of the bear standing pretty much right there. And I'm here. I had my Glock 19 in the holster in here. And I had my AR-15 here. But when I turned and I sat up and I looked back and I saw him, I was like, I yelled like, "Get out of here!" And that woke everybody up, woke my wife up, probably woke my neighbors up. But he scrammed and I still had to unzip, you know, get my shoes on. My shoes were down here. And to be honest, when I came out here, I came around here and I looked out this way and I seen my lights. He came right through this pathway here, right? And he came through here, triggered both those lights, and so I'd known he had broke the tree line basically, right? And so what I did was I didn't even bother coming over this way, because I knew that he didn't do any damage to them, because it was like 10 minutes after we gone to bed. There would have been no way. So what he did do was he tore this bag. He took this bag of walnut shell kitty litter and dragged it out to here. You see it all on the ground? And like dropped it here, and then realized like this isn't food. Then he literally, on the security footage, you'll see his head was above this roof line when he stood up. He was literally taller than this shed. Pretty friggin' tall. And his back, when he was on the ground, was like 4 rows up on this fencing here. So he was a big boy. But I came out of the tent, I came out of my hammock, and I immediately started checking the perimeter to the run, because I was much more concerned that he might have gotten into the main run here, or there's always the concern that there was going to be the pair of them still. But I feel like they might have split up at this point, so sometimes adolescent bears will like continue to hang around each other until they outgrow that kinship, I guess, and then just go off on their own, because black bears are typically solitary. We got the fire pit set up over here. And right here is where we're gonna have, we're gonna do horseshoes. Gonna get like real pits going and get some stakes in the ground, make some walls for them, and that'll be great. I got a whole like deposit of sand and clay and stuff over there that I can use in the pits. So it'll be a lot better than just rough, hard ground. Oh yeah, and then this is the new front of the coop. Anybody that's kind of been around the channel for a while has kind of seen the progression of all of this. But yeah, so built it all out of mostly scrap material and pallets. I had to rip down some 2x6s to make the material for most of the framing though. But a lot of this is pieced together when I could, where I could. But, you know, I still gotta secure a lot of these pallets on the side together, and I haven't really decided, like, you know, a final design idea for all this. We got some like nice big bulb string lights and stuff I think we're gonna like put along the edge of the top edge of all of this and try and make it all nice and ambiance, or I don't know, whatever the fancy fucking people say. Now this is just turned into a barn for now. Right, I took out the backside wall. Oh shit, I thought that was a fucking like dead animal on the ground there for a second. It was just like the exact angle that was at. It's like, what the hell? So yeah, this is turned into my barn with all my work stuff. I got cameras watching the front and the back of this thing, so it's nice and secure. Actually, you know what I need to do is I need to check my trap. No, it's not sprung. So I've actually caught 2 massive raccoon in this without any bait. Literally just created a funnel, because like my entire property is literally just walled off with either brush or debris or whatever I could, right? And then I created this little channel here, and I put a trap in that channel and camouflaged it. And I've caught 2 raccoon in the last 2 weeks, just without any bait at all, because I don't want to do bait. But yeah, so 2 months ago, a lot of this was all woods, and now we're getting some sun in here. We can start breaking it down, walking on it, you know, like we're gonna have to work this land and to keep it, because nature's a bitch, and she's gonna try and reclaim it. So so yeah, the garden we got going. Pea house, our potatoes, Brussels sprouts and lettuces, broccoli. She's gotta do something with this. Tomatoes are doing really well. They're already starting to come in. Some more dandelion greens there, looks like, yeah. I'm not sure what that is. This toothache plant is out of control. Our carrots didn't take, we had to replant them. So we replanted more carrots, and we're just gonna hope for the best. And we got some herbs and leeks here. This is our garden, our garlic and onion bed. And there's some stuff here on the end cap. I'm not sure. Looks like squash, I think. And then same here. This was carrots. We had to replant these. But it's kind of coming along. I think we're doing all right. as far as time on the calendar is concerned, I think like our growth is on par. I'm not sure. I don't know. My wife does all the gardening and farming and stuff. Mostly the building and maintenance, security, as well as taking care of the animals. Well, she helps with the animals too, but this is Oreo's flock. Even though he's not around anymore with us, we still hatched a bunch of his eggs from the hens that survived the attack. We did 12 eggs on the incubator, and 8 of them made it, and here they are in all their glory, doing really good. Feathers are starting to come in on some of them. They're full of energy all the time. It's the cycle of life, man. It's pretty awesome. And then I'm about to, once I get done filming and editing this and posting it, I'm about to get the alley between the dumpster, the container, and the back wall, the old back wall of the chicken coop. I'm going to make a little spot for them. And they're going to live out there and live inside the container in some dog cages that I got in there. We're going to get some bedding down, and I'll get some roosting bars in there for them, and they'll spend the night in there, and then they'll come out in their little outdoor coop during the day, and then we're going to clean this thing out and get it ready for the next 8 that we're raising, and that, you know, that I just showed you. Well, that pretty much catches you guys all up to speed as far as what's been going on here the last week. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of hard work. I've been trying to diet and exercise more, as well as continue to train. I went to the range yesterday with my buddy, but I didn't film or do any of that stuff because, you know, I just wanted to enjoy the moment and the time, and not be, you know, tied down with constantly like, oh, let me change camera. And he's a photographer too, so he would understand. But like, you know, it was so much better. We needed to zero a lot of his guns, so you know, it would have been boring anyways for the most part. So it's whatever. But anyhow, hopefully you guys are all living free out there, because in the 603 we are definitely living free. But I'm Nomad. Thanks for stopping by the channel and hanging out, spending your time. Please like and subscribe and do all those other YouTube things if you haven't yet. I'd really appreciate it. Help this small channel grow and defeat them algorithm overlords that are constantly trying to put down channels that are trying to help people break free from the system. Later, y'all.